and the Flyers at the Fire Pit on ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Thanks to Ford. And away we go. Opening possession, the Flyers.
So it's a really great 1-2 punch for them.
Kuzo shows her handles. Ruth Woods has been dynamite. She does exactly that. Almost loses the handle. Mitchell to Russell. Mercedes steps up and drops it in. Kuzo cut to the basket. Woods drives and scores. Good patient offense. These two teams, every chance of meeting again in cutthroat basketball in the coming weeks. Lovely inside ball, and Kuzo finishes this time.
Is she going to drive? Is she not going to drive? But just a little bit probably missed.
Mitchell to Russell to Rochi. Feed through to Mitchell, good handles. Then pops it over the top for Jackson, and LJ's on the board.
That was a nice little series of play.
Russell to Mitchell to Jackson. Cole manages to slip away, then kicks the pass to Russell, who drains the long ball.
Well, just on Jasmine Dickey, as you mentioned, Laurie, she started the season as a starter, but has come off the bench and packed a punch. And how's that for good timing? No commentators curse there, but as their microwave, because you put her on and she gets straight to work.
Steph Reed comes up with some points. Still 3 minutes to play in this term. Mitchell, Jackson. Long range shot is good.
She's really in form right now.
Whitcomb. Oh, lovely move. Great ball movement from Townsville, and Kuzo finishes. Popped into the game, as is Ernst. They combine. Nadio sees an opportunity and goes herself.
And that's where Southside have that advantage. They can make some subs and not, well, there you go, I was going to say not hurt them inside at all, but...
Brilliant footwork and handling from Reed. What a classy finish that was through traffic. Mitchell loses her feet. Jasmine Dickey, tough finish, and she makes it.
4 of Townsville's players are in those stats, so they have active hands.
Number 1 steal team in the competition. Flyers ranked 3rd. She put it on the floor. She feeds it through. Kuzo, Brown, Woods goes herself. Through some traffic. Patient offense. Still alive. Whitcomb hits it.
But there was the wide open Whitcomb, and she was never going to miss that shot.
Haney missed the 2-point shot. They came up with 3 as a result. Here's Carly to respond. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Determination off to Reed. Speaking of determination, Reed and Rochi, what a battle. 2 of the most ferocious competitors in the league. Woods wide open, yes!
Knew that we talked about her at the beginning of the game, but, you know, if there's been a couple of drives and then that 3-point shot.
Jasmine Dickey, you mentioned the last time they played, she was a problem for Townsville. Thought about the inside ball to Kuzo. Instead goes outside to Woods. Thought about giving it back. Courtney puts it on the floor. Goes against Potch. Finishes. Cole. Russell versus Kuzo. Shot clock to 10. Rochi wraps around, gets open. Little floater is good. Dickey has got Cole to the top of your screen. Rochi versus Woods. Maddie looks to use the screen of Russell. Back to Carly. That's where she hit that one from at quarter time. That's her spot. Steph sticks to the task. Here is Jackson into the game. Cole wants to put some speed on against Whitcomb to the corner. Russell just pops up the shot with the greatest of ease.
She is very comfortable there.
Ruth Whitcomb finishes. Just clinical, Sammy Whitcomb.
Could hardly see the net move on that shot.
Ball carrier at both ends. Just a defender in their grill at all times. Leilani, great change of direction and change of speed, and a lovely finish from the veteran. Tatina cleans it up. Reed will take Rochi on and finish. Here comes Woods. Townsville starting to build a bit of momentum here. Nice feed through to Courtney. She's having herself a game. She's up to 12 points. 5 points so far for Sammy. She goes inside. Kunek wants to work on Jasmine Dickey and does. Classy finish from Alice.
Height advantage over Dickey and really took her time backing her down.
Rochi to Jackson. LJ hits a long-range shot.
Yeah, that one, the net hardly moved on that.
A lot of stiffness with that injury as she gets back to shooting, so that's something she's tending to during this game.
Thanks, Megs. Ruth and Michaela from long range.
She keep it warm and loose, and so that's what she's doing on the bench and keeping it moving.
Russell rolls it in. And the Southside flies, and that's the difference in the game. 3 points. Dickey, been really dynamic tonight. Long range from Rochi. Oh, yes, from Maddie. 6-point game, doubles their lead. 1.5 minutes to play. Reed, Whitcomb inside, sizzling ball. Akuzo finishes.
Exactly what the coach drew up.
Some fantastic basketball in this first half. Minor premiership up for grabs. Dickey, Rochi, heat check, banks it! Leilani wants some movement. LJ posts up against Akuzo. The help defence came across, but LJ gets the job done. Akuzo back to Reed. Ruth looks to set a screen. Steph, will she go all the way? Gets rid of Rochi and finishes. Rochi back out to Potch. Final 4 seconds. Nadia puts it up and finishes. Quality finish to a quality first half. Rochi receives the inbound from Mitchell. Russell. It's Akuzo off balance, goes to the hoop, drives and scores. Important minutes here, particularly for Townsville. This leads just at a dangerous 11 points. Mitchell, a behind-the-back pass. Jackson, bang! Not quite.
That was a really good three-way switch by Townsville, identifying that they needed to switch on to Jackson, and then Jackson took them down low, but they were able to recover.
Tough finish for Reed. Woods comes crashing in and one. Massive play for Courtney Woods.
Wow. She got that rebound from Mercedes Russell.
Big part coaching Zatina Akuso, but also she was the one that was at the airport when Shannon, Sammy and Steph Reed arrived back from the Opals last week with bunches of green and gold flowers.
Realise it's time to just pin the ears back and go for it. They sit on a 13-point lead and they've got the momentum. Ruth against Jackson. Reed gets a bit of space, gets a look at the rack. 8-point game. Always hustling. Decides to go herself. Big bucket for Steph. Reed has got Woods trying to create some space. She goes the other way. Brown back to Reed. Did Steph go herself? They isolated her one-on-one with Mitchell and she took it.
Yeah, and the switch was definitely the focus for Townsville, getting that off both Leilani Mitchell and Lauren Jackson. But Laurie, you mentioned the crowd. They've gone to another level, and this will take them to one more.
Tough to come up with some points right now. Both teams at maximum intensity. Potch, lovely weighted pass. Russell the finish.
Really great work by Russell.
Back within 3. Sits at 5 right now. Cole. Potch, does she take on Brown? She does, and comes up with a score.
How athletic.
Whitcomb, a fumble. Cole can collect.
2-on-1.
She's got Rochi. 2-on-1. Maddie goes, finishes, and it's back out to 11 points. Megs, you're in both huddles.
We need a solid start. Steph Reed's going to create, and the rest of you, I want you to shoot it like you mean it.
Thanks, Megs, and Tatina does just that. Here is Russell. The side up by 9. Maddie Rochi, the catch, the release. Front iron. Russell tidies it up. Still alive. Spins through 2 and finishes.
Just such class is Mercedes.
Up to 20 points for Mercedes Russell. Whitcomb drives and scores. Russell, Dickey, they just keep the ball moving. Shot clock to 4. Jasmine sets up. Jackson comes over the top and Russell finishes.
That's all you need is a little tap.
And it's out to 13 points.
And there's absolutely nothing Steph Reed could do in that situation. That's just pure.
Maddie Rochi. The Rochi-Mitchell 1-2 punch has been fantastic. Well done, Akuzo. Read it beautifully. Works it with Reed. Feels like a big bucket for Townsville. Shot clock to 7. Can she make something happen here? Will she take on Jackson? The reverse is good.
Hey, Steph Reed.
Fewer possessions, the better here for Southside. Mitchell. Shot clock to 7. Having said that, they want to come up with points at the end of it. Jackson in position and 1. Massive play.
Look at where her defenders' hands were. Jackson was working hard inside. Alice Kunick was...
Woods to the corner. Michaela, it's got to go. Satini keeps it alive. 11-point game. Needs some buckets to drop in a hurry, and one for Alice. That's what they needed.
Second chance points are really piling up, and these last couple of minutes, minute and a half, Southside have to really...
The pressure will come from Townsville to try and force a turnover.
You see Sammy Witt come back on the court.
Vicky drives, and there's the block.
Cheryl Chambers said it is a lead that is good. It's a good lead. She wants them to play their best D here, but says if Townsville scores, she'll call a timeout, she thinks.
And she might do it right now. And she does.
Wow.
And the race for the minor premiership will go all the way to the final game of the regular season.